What is going on, guys? Boy Joey 6 you coming to you guys with a video right now. So another day of training camp today. I'd say it was a pretty balanced day for both the offense and the defense, but I think offense did win the day today because a lot more happened today on offense, but I think both sides did pretty damn good. Now I want to go over some of the guys that were either at practice, not at practice, and just want to go over some little news on that. So after 5 straight days of missed practices, Sidney Jones is back in pads today. Hasn't been really doing too well. Obviously, we've made some changes at the cornerback position. Have added Trevor Williams to the mix now. So I don't know, with Sidney Jones not really playing well, not really having a good camp. And on top of everything else, he has more competition now with Trevor Williams coming in the building. So we're going to see what happens by the end of this camp with Sidney Jones. Deshaun Jackson had a maintenance day today, not practicing, so good to see him healthy. They're not really going too hard on him, going crazy with him during camp, which he really doesn't need it, but just to stay in shape and just do what he has to do whenever he does practice, but needs more rest days for a veteran. A new injury today, guys. So defensive end Genard Avery might have torn his ACL, guys. That hasn't been confirmed that he torn his ACL, but he was on the ground. He was carted off. He was holding his knee. He was in a lot of pain. Howie Roseman, Doug, all the coaches were surrounding Genard Avery on the ground today. Doesn't look good for Genard Avery. We picked him up last year at the trade deadline for a 4th-round pick from the Browns, and we were hoping that maybe he would have been turned into something to maybe give him another contract or give him a mid-tier contract or something after 2020, but it looks like Genard Avery might be out for the whole season, and it might be his time over in Philadelphia. Left guard Isaac Seumalo limped off the field today. He looked, I saw some video of him walking off the field. He looked okay. I don't think it has anything serious. So Isaac Seumalo did not practice the rest of the day after a few plays today. Jordan Mailata missed another day of practice today with an upper body injury. But Doug has talked about this morning that, Jordan Mailata, still the game of football is new to him, and he could see him being the swing tackle for the Philadelphia Eagles this year. Now, offensively, today was a pretty good day. Carson Wentz throwing a lot of slant passes to Jalen Reagor. Doing a good job with him. They've been seeing a lot of slant passes. The beat writers have been seeing him throw not just the go routes and just a little bit of a post corners, but most of them have been seeing those little slant passes, giving Jalen Reagor the ball in open space and just getting big chunk yards out of what he could do with that space is the big difference. I'm really glad to see that. They're using Jalen Reagor all over the place like crazy, so very happy to see that. So John Hightower had a 40-yard touchdown today over Avonte Maddox. Did a pretty good job. He's had a very strong camp. He just keeps going and going. All these rookies have been doing very well. And John Hightower, Avonte Maddox has had very sticky coverage. So what the beat writers and what the coaches have been saying is that Avonte Maddox hasn't got beat by a lot of yards. He's actually had a really good camp. He's getting beat, but not by much. So obviously we're practicing with each other. We're not practicing another team's jersey, but John Hightower putting on a nice show. Looking like he's a little bit better than Quez Watkins on the field, but at the same time, they're almost neck and neck. But John Hightower is really showing what he's got. We talk about John Hightower. Now we talk about Quez Watkins. Quez had 3 touchdowns today, 2 in the red zone, and I think he had 1 mid-throw today for a touchdown, keeping his feet in bounds in the back of the end zone. Great concentration and looking pretty good. Like I said, the receivers have been doing pretty well, and I'm very excited. This is a new youth movement in Philadelphia. These guys are putting in work, and then after, hopefully after this year, we're not going to need to sign any receivers. We'll be very young and very talented, and the guys will put in a lot of work. So very happy to see John Hightower and then Quez Watkins with 3 touchdowns today. Not even having that, but the great tiptoe on the sideline catch, back of the end zone type catch with his feet in bounds, and great concentration, like I said before. So very happy to see Quez Watkins is being very productive, having a fantastic camp, as well as John Hightower. Well, Elijah Holyfield might be making his case to be the 4th running back on this roster, okay? He went upfield, did a spin move on a linebacker, got more chunk yards with that bruiser back mentality that he does have. Very tough when he runs into people. But, you know, Elijah Holyfield, I think we're starting to see now that Michael Warren might not be the guy. Adrian Killens has still been working with the receivers and just seeing what he's doing on special teams. But Elijah Holyfield is showing his case to be the fourth running back in Philadelphia, and I can't wait to see this guy hit the field and see what ground for pound that he does have when we see him head on that field. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, well, we want to see what he did, but today he got 2 touchdowns in the end zone today, had a pretty good day, and, you know, really changing the way he has been playing. I think last year hurt a lot, the groin injury. He was having trouble going to the bathroom. He just had a lot of issues at the end of last year. He was thrown around the field. He wasn't getting much reps. By the end of the year, he got a few reps here and there, but not much. But J.J. Arcega-Whiteside bought a jugs machine at home and really been working his tail off this offseason before training camp. Then going into training camp, saying that he is a totally different player than he was last year, lost a lot of weight, got more leaner, and he's ready to put on a show for the Philadelphia Eagles and for these fans. So, hey, look, I'm rooting for the kid and seeing what he could do and hoping that this does work out. I mean, we don't want to get rid of a second-round pick this year. He will not get cut regardless, but I need to see what he could do. So the newly acquired defensive tackle, T.Y. McGill, got a sack today. His first sack, he actually pushed Julian Good-Jones over today. I know it's really nothing much of a no-name on offensive line in Julian Good-Jones, but T.Y. McGill comes right in. Obviously, it's more of a depth thing and more of a because Javon Hargrave is not here, but T.Y. McGill gets some nice pressure today. Looks powerful at the defensive tackle position. See what he could do, obviously. So it's good news to hear that some guy just jumps onto this team yesterday, practices today, and does pretty well. Nickel Roby-Coleman is making his case for the slot corner nickel position. Picked off Carson Wentz today. He's had a few picks already in camp. His tackling has been pretty good. He's been showing that he's going to be the starter here. I think he's definitely going to start over Cravon LeBlanc. Obviously, it's nice to have a backup like Cravon LeBlanc that can move to multiple positions, but I do like NRC at the slot. He is the slot guy. He is the top 5 slot corner in the NFL, and I'm very happy with his production. I'm glad he comes here he just brings something different to the secondary as well as Darius Slay, but loving his attitude and just loving the plays that he is making during this training camp. And last but not least, Joe Osman, defensive end, drove Andre Dillard, gave Quez a big of a scare to Carson Wentz, drove into Carson Wentz's legs. Carson Wentz kind of tilted backwards. Joe Osman knew what was happening, kind of let go, and just saved for a moment from could have been pretty bad. So Carson Wentz got sacked. Andre Dillard has not had a good camp, guys. Hasn't had a good camp. He's been hurt a little bit. He came back, and Joe Osman just got low on his pads. And the one thing I can see from Andre Dillard right now is that Andre Dillard is really bad against power rushers. He's just not good against those power rush guys. And, you know, you got to face Chase Young week 1 for the Washington football team, and it's not looking too good for Andre Dillard. Like I said, guys, I told you he wasn't going to be good as soon as the season starts. It's not going to be good right now because he had no reps. He's got 3 starts in NFL games, 1 at right tackle, and it's not looking good for Andre Dillard right now. I said maybe 5-6 games from now when he has those real in-game reps, he'll play good. But I don't know what the decision they're going to make at left tackle. I just have a feeling that Andre Dillard is not going to be ready for the first season. And if they try to put him in a game, he's got to hold himself up enough to where he is going to get better. Okay, they can't be afraid to put him in, but you drafted this guy in the first round. You need to put him in a game. Unfortunately, you put Peters over him, okay, and he pretty much suffered not getting reps, and it's not his fault. It's the coach's fault for that. So we're going to see what happens with Andre Dillard. It's going to be very interesting just to see what's going on, but I have a feeling that they could put him at left tackle, just see how it goes from play to play. And if it's really looking bad, they're going to take him out. And either Jordan Mailata is going to be left tackle or they might move Jason Peters back. You really don't know at this point because Matt Pryor could play right guard and right tackle. So we'll see what happens. Other than that, guys, that's pretty much it. Obviously, I think the offense had a really good day today besides Andre Dillard getting killed today. I think that these receivers are already ready for the season. I think they're very close to just like put us in the game and let's go on some teams. Let's roll over on some teams right now. So very happy with Hightower, Quez Watkins, J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. The running back room, we're starting starting to see that Elijah Holyfield could be that fourth running back. And there's a lot of pieces starting to unfold. Now we're starting to get the idea of what's going on just before the first game against the Washington football team. So other than that, guys, that's pretty much it. So anything on camp today, if you guys have any questions, please let me know in the comment section below. I'll answer everybody as soon as possible. If you guys haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to this channel. Just hit over 9,000 subscribers. To you guys, very much appreciated, and the support has been unreal. Thank you for watching. We'll have more tomorrow, and I will see you guys later. Shake Squad up, fly, fly.